Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and I write games for fun. What are we going to be working on today? Well, today we're going to be working on Dämmerung Chordioid Akkord Fortissimo. A game about being magicians and beating the shit out of one another. Hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? A little bit hectic today. I started a little bit later. Got into a my usual my usual spiral of self-hatred, and that is talking on the orange server. So it do be that way sometimes. Democracy. Democracy has been called into question, unfortunately, but hey, that's half the fun. So, what's the gist? What's the 411 today? Well, we got a little. There's some news today. We're going to be mostly working on getting the basics hammered out. Already kind of got the lore hammered out. Got that good. We're going to be working on. Hello, phone. My phone keeps stinging. Going to be working mostly on getting that done, and we're going to be kind of trying to set things up for little bit, I guess, a little bit on Friday and next week. My mom continues wanting to get a cat, and she's very excited about that. I missed Democracy getting I must have missed Democracy getting questioned in the chat. Yeah, we've been averaging out about 60 votes. 60 votes for the Obsession Project. And lo and behold, we have one with 106 votes today, and this is day one. The poll has been open for 5 hours, and we have some overwhelming victories happening. Some overwhelming choices on the platter, so I'm a little bit interested what's going on. Is that a Star of David armband? No, it's the Volspa sign. Thank you very much. It's the official sign of Volspa, or the Kuomintang, depending on your allegiance. Come on, Black Flame Studios. Come on, Cole. You should know the Volspa sign. But, drama. There has been some drama out there for a little bit today. one of the big drama things. Secret Volspa, who pulls the strings from the shadows. Ha ha ha. Few bits. So the new D&D artwork has come out. The new look of D&D has come out. This is going to be apparently the official like cover of the of D&D now, which honestly I don't hate. I don't hate the look of it. I just find it really weird. Like, does anyone else see this art and it's just kind of weird? I can't put my finger on it. Something about this is incorrect to me. And I'm not saying this is like, oh, it's incorrect, like, there, you know, it's like, oh, it's incorrect. It's just like, there's no, like, fantasy. There's, like, an elf and a dwarf. That's really it. We've got our cleric, we've got our rogue, we've got our knight, we've got a wizard, and we've got another fighter, I guess. It's very safe. I've been noticing that more. It's very, very safe. Let me see. Do they actually post all the other new D&D arts? Yeah, it's, no, that's not D&D arts. They haven't posted many. Yeah, it's... I think the way that I would describe it is that it is very safe looking. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it is very safe looking. Like, I can't put my finger on what's the deal with it. Something about it seems just a little off. I don't know why. But that's it. That's a rogue. There are 2 helmets and 4... You can see some noticeable flaws. Like, it's... The thing for me is, like, this is also... These are the old D&D cartoon characters. If you notice the way they all are. They don't have the paladin guy, though. They don't have the shield man. Very tactical omission. But, yeah, it seems very... safe. Very dull looking. Washed out. I think that's the word I would use for it. Very washed out. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a rogue. Yeah, because, again, who has who has a sword and a dagger? It's going to be the rogue, right? You're not going to put, like, like, the other one's like, okay, that's clearly, like, this is clearly a cleric, because, you know, the shining weapon. All right, cleric. That's a very classic cleric look. You know, fighter man. Of course, we have fighter man. But, like, yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a rogue. It's not a ranger, because the ranger would have a bow. Because it's the ranger. Unless they're doing, like, Drizzt Dro Erden bullshit. I'm a ranger. Fuck you. Like, yeah, it's you want the gotcha core. Yeah, it's... Let me see if I can find some, like, D&D new art. Let me see if I can find some... Yeah, it's... very safe looking. I, can't put... Yeah, Game Informer. Very safe looking. It's, even down to things like this. Like, this is the dwarf, like, the classic dwarf run from, like, 40. That's one thing I always remembered was the dwarf run. You kind of see the way this looks. And then, of course, we've got a cool silver dragon here. You know, look, everyone, it's the silver dragon. There's a little kobold, I guess. There's a tiefling. I don't know what the fuck you are. That doesn't look real. I'm scared of that. Yeah, it seems very washed out in some aspects. Very safe looking. I see they have yet to make halflings look decent. Many such cases, you know, tiefling. A lot of tieflings. A lot of silver dragons and stuff. See that? I don't know about you. This seems odd. Can't put my finger on it. But yeah, that's new D&D art came out. I hate tieflings. They make good. I'm kind of rolling back and cover having stuff kind of come into the background, back to ground level. Oh no, rabbit race. I mean, it looked to be like a like a sigil scale. I mean, you have a giant fucking dragon god. Yeah, there's a rabbit person. I'm not gonna really question it. Tieflings are annoying. See, I'm weird. I like weird tieflings. I don't hate tieflings. Let me get this straight. I don't hate tieflings. However, I like tieflings that look weird and alien. Oh no, just roll on the charts Yeah, I know you can just roll on the charts regardless, but everything has kind of like digivolved into this, like I guess you would call it the default tiefling. Everything has like molded into this, and I'm like, is that like the best kind, like the best design we can get is just this? Like, can we come up with nothing else? No? Alright. Like, I just find modern tieflings kind of boring looking. They'll look the same and they have the exact same story. But the other piece of news is there's apparently some drama going down with the Trench Crusade stuff. Hello. We've got some drama going down with Trench Crusade. Apparently there's been some fist fighting here. Yeah. It's apparently someone got banned from 28. Someone got banned, or a group of people at this point have been banned from 28, a digital magazine, their Discord channel, for being not, I wouldn't say weird, just odd. Just posting some odd stuff with Trench Crusade as a thing. Here they are. And apparently it's, the 28 crew are friends. They decided to ban someone who trust them implicitly and respect their decision. It's kind of a ban because they've Discord, community Discord affiliated with the game have been banned because they come from 40K. It's a little bit back and forth. It's a developing story, but a developing story is fun stories. And that means we can shitpost about them, make fun of them, because they're going to fight one another. It'll be a bloodbath, but you know what? Sometimes we need a little bit of blood, right? Maybe the real friends were the ones we lost along the way. So, let's get to it. Dämmerung, Chordioid, Akkord, Fortissimo is a typical role-playing game in Fortissimo universe, but the crime, whether taking the role in harmony, directly use 7th chord, or trying to survive this newfound crazy world, this newfound world of as an artificial magician. Okay. Do. Let's see, a group of players or PL will take the role of these masters of magic and miracles. Brought together by duty, goals, or destiny, I mean, there's got to be a better way of referring to characters. There really has to be. It's very hot in my room right now, so Mahos. No. So we just have to use. See, it's one of those weird moments where it's also like, oh, it's the Kiseki. Like, oh, what's the Kiseki? Oh, well, they're miraculous. They're miraculous individuals. I'm like, ah, yes, of course. Magic user, yeah, sorcerer, magus, wizard. That's the. If we're going to be referring to characters frequently, I can't be a magician or miracle user. They need to be, There feel like there need to be a better name for them. Outside of just characters. I usually don't like using characters. I guess we're gonna use heroes. Oh, let's see. Brought together by well. What would be a good GM term for this? I want to be the GM of a Fortissimo game. Actually, we could call it the game. Actually, I think the role of the game master. Who acts as the Oh, it's consequences. Actually, take the role of non-PL characters and PCs. Actually, HPL will need let's see, so 4 to 6 are recommended, but but sharing among your companions is paramount to success. Always share, everyone. Don't forget about that. Sharing is caring. Roger Fire doesn't share, and he kills people. He's a psychopath. Let's see. Demonstrate to them they have fire resistance and not immunity. You could just have the Japanese names and not TL them. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's see. Take the role of. Mahasuke Maho Jojo. In battle for supremacy and their justice, brought together by duty, goals, or ambition. Okay, so. Insert footnote. Dämmerung going forward. Actually, during the Dämmerung, during the Dämmerung, the double check with Samana real fast. When during the Dämmerung, who perform an action with a chance of failure will be performing a check. We'll be performing a check. Whenever a check is called, we need to find a name for that. No, Pat, I'm hearing the voting system is in danger. I demand proof. We are at 110 responses, and this is the current voting. Yeah, there was a lot of votes that went 1, 2, 3. Like an absurd number of them that are the exact same. People were saying, oh hey, this is clearly voter fraud. Or Cruciform is just popular. They read the pitch document. The thing is, Draco, here's the thing of why I am very suspicious about this. I'm very suspicious about it being being strictly a bot situation. For one very particular reason. Let me open it up. So I'm gonna open this up for everyone, so they know I am not going in fact insane. Zolder for things. Pitch documents. But you should read the pitch documents, by the way. Now, voting opened at about 4 o'clock. Roughly speaking, about 4. And, here's the thing. This is the current timestamps on everything. Because everything is timestamped. Don't worry about the AST. But if we go down here, so there were some that were very close to one another, and some that were. There was a clear rhythm for the back half of them. If you notice here, all of these are very, very similar. However, my guess is that they're not all entirely that. I think some people just were. I'm not strictly saying it's voter fraud. It's very suspicious that people didn't vote that much. Also, your reasoning on the art for Cruciform is fairly convincing in that regard as well. It's, again, if it was a bot, I think it would be a lot more consistent. If it's just someone manually inputting it over, that dude's got no life, and maybe Cruciform Metal Saviors deserve to win. This is also where the third vote came. This is also where the third one came in. You kind of see here, some people are voting differently in that regard, so it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. Unironically, it's just kind of hard to tell. If someone fesses up to it, we'll restart the vote. There are irregularities. That's one of the things that I find to be interesting. That's why I'm not like 100% sure. Like, oh lord. I was waiting for someone if someone would fess up if I made an accusatory statement. No one did. Actually, we're gonna use some I want to be magic. I want to do the problem is that they are fundamentally different from one another. Unless we use a really okay, actually there's a group of players take the role. In a band brought together by duty, the people need to work together or die alone. We'll take the duty of the game master, who acts as the inciting factor many of the events unfolding around the group. He will act as the arbiter of the they also take the role of non-PL. So whenever a bandmate, no, that doesn't. Shit. There's gotta be a word here I'm missing. Because I don't want to just copy Kitsuki Mahasuki every single fucking time. I want to just say what a character is doing outside just calling them character. Fuck it. Whenever a check is called, They'll take the highest die from their dice pool and discard the rest. Adding any modifiers, any. Don't lose GV does not always mean that the action fails. Action fails, but instead may but but instead maybe but instead maybe a Pyrrhic victory. But instead maybe a Pyrrhic victory. There we go. Easy to understand. Easy enough to understand. Then we put this out. We do that. We do this. Go back to high school. Do 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 do. Sorry, I'm being very quiet. I'm just really focusing. Okay, so I had my difficulty values here, so we want to do there we go. Go. Dämmerung Chordioid during the Dämmerung. Check TG. I would be amazed if someone posted it on TG. I don't even know like where you would post it. Where would you post it on TG? That's the question. That's the where would you even find this? And would someone care enough? That's the secret. Would someone actually care enough? Probably, if I were to be a guessing man, someone may have put it in their own server or something similar to that, which, not exactly the intent of this, but, to be perfectly fair, the intention of this entire thing, was somewhat of a meme unto itself. I have legitimately no reason to understand why people really demanded it. Outside of an elaborate trolling attempt. It's more likely someone opening new tabs or put it. You just open an incognito tab over and over and vote over and over again. Yeah, but that is a lot of work. That is a question you must always understand. Is like that is something you have to understand. You would have to make an estimate that someone is even bothering to do that. Everyone's I mean, to be honest, I was the one engaging in the fraud. Yeah, it's I'm not too, I mean, honest to God, if you want me to be honest, the games that were I had a feeling Metal Saviors would win with a sweep. I had a strange feeling Metal Saviors would win with a sweep against Iron Casket. Why would it win it with flying colors? Literally because it is a safer bet and it is not nearly as autistic than Metal Saviors. Unironically, the autism of Iron Caskets probably got in the way of some people. Because it is an autistic game, like not going to call that one a, you know, not gonna be that. People want something they understand. That's always been that's the secret, kids. People do not want things they don't understand. People get mechs. So that's the most basic part of the system. So what? We want to do it will explode. It will explode when a die explodes. Roll another d10 and add the two results. Add the two results together. For example, rolling a 10 and a 5 and a 4 would lead to a total of 14. 14. Exploding does not have a limit. Does not have a limit. Meaning that rolling 10 10 4 would result in a final value of total value of 34. Of 34. is applied to well, let's see. Striking. Striking. Let's see. I'm trying to climb a fence to striking an enemy with. Yep, easy enough to understand. Then we're going to add, this is just a very basic idea of, hey, whenever you roll a 10 on a die, it explodes. That's as simple as it comes. How do I want it? One exploding 1d10 die fact. Natural 11 is impossible. Also, hello. Natural 10 is impossible. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with a 10 being impossible. The site says checks against voter fraud. Do another ad, everyone. See if you get around the same number. If not, you've got fraud. If so, then magically everyone lurks decided to vote. It's the thing is, if I were to do another ping at this point, we would get less numbers because people are going to bed and they would be like, oh, I don't want to look at the server again. I'm probably going to keep it. Generally speaking, I'm pretty okay with the voting. It's little bit sussy baka. If it was an absurdly large, if it was a much larger number, then I would have maybe expressed a quick note. If it was a little bit more consistent, like it was every 30 seconds, I would probably kill the vote. The fact that it's inconsistent, people are voting it, it's weird, but possibly every bunch of lurkers got mobilized. Who knows? It's let's see, actually flow state. So we want to do I'm looking at a term here. It would be it's my advantage disadvantage system. Actually, no. I know it. Entering The characters will frequently moving from disrupting the flow can occur under two circumstances. Disrupting the flow means that the GM is either granting additional d10s to their dice pool for favorable situations, or removing d10s from their dice pool for disadvantage. Beneficial adding actually no, beneficial d10s occur when doesn't have the right tools, or having the advantage over another. Trying to spot someone in a crowd is these positive flows, negative flow states. That isn't optimal. They are placing themselves in the ideal, or they are placing themselves in the ideal, or they're placing themselves in a better or worse position by their they're placing themselves in a better or worse position by their inactions and abilities. know, kind of the basic idea. Saying, hey, this is your advantage and disadvantage system. Hoo hoo, owie zowie. Ow, that's not how my bones are supposed to feel. My bones are on fire. Uh-oh. There, right there. Scritchy scratchy my footy woodies. Why did I say that? Why, what is happening to me? I am losing control of my life rapidly. Let's see. What else am I missing? What am I thinking of here? So I hope you snappy wappy your bony wonies and your footy wootsies. Let's see. What am I thinking of? Actually, fuck, what is the exact name? Fortissimo, it's a fucking term they use, and I gotta double check what the goddamn term is. Second access. That's from Cottons. If it's Cottons, yeah, that's. I'm trying to think of what is the. Am I losing my mind? No, that's not it. It's Fortissimo Cottons combat system. It's one of those really horrifying situations. Where, okay, let me see. Teaching you the battle system. Yeah, it's the Cottons battle system. I need to double check the Cottons Fermata -- Akkord Fortissimo combat system, because there's the fucking combat system and I need to double check of how the combat system works. Battle system. $340. FFOBS. That's what it's actually. FFOBS. I don't need to learn how to open this up. This is, yeah, I'm trying to remember the, yeah, because there's an actual genuine battle system in this fucking game, in this fucking visual novel. I want to make sure I'm getting my terms right, because if we're being autistic about it. Admittedly, I didn't have much to work off of. Who is flow state? Who is flow state? Flow state is just a fancy way of saying our advantage and disadvantage system. Still working on Fortissimo. Damn straight we are. You hit the EXA or FA button when you hear a heartbeat or in a key moments. That's what I'm thinking of, like, because there is technically second access mode, but I'm like, do we really want to have, like, what am I trying to word here? Because this is like the key concepts of the system. That's the idea. It's the key concepts of the system itself. No, I don't think I had that. Basic key concepts are, you have the exploding dice, you have your flow state. That's really it. So if we go here, we hit this, we hit this. This would be our insert here. Basic description. Words. So we want to be very particular about things. Let's just write out what we need. What is the goal here? We have learned how to definitely roll the dice. We have got the most basic premise of the game done. You're going to take a number of d10s. You're going to go rolly, rolly, rolly. You're going to roll them. You're going to take the highest. I rolled a 10, so I'm going to roll a second die. I got a 4. I rolled 14. I would add my skill. That's it. That is the most basic premise of the entire game. Nothing more, nothing less. Feels like I'm still missing something. I have no idea what the fuck it is. It's going to drive me insane. So, but generally speaking, what do we need to do? We need to do character creation. Character creation. We need to do, at that point, we need to do attributes. Attributes are going to be a core thing. Skills, going to be very important. Attributes, skills, and then we are going to immediately lead into, generally speaking, that's the majority. Actually, it would be physical. Actually, in attributes, we would talk about health. Actually, then we would do derived attributes, but then we would have to do our magic weapon. I guess we'll do, like, calling it a relic is not the correct term, but we're going to call it a relic at this point, because technically we need a term to fuse things together for a lot of this game. We're calling it a relic as for right now, because the entire idea is that, hey, this is your miraculous weapon, this is your magic weapon. That is what they refer to, a relic. They're going to be just relics. Are they good? No. Is it the correct term? No. Will we just improvise from here just to keep the wording down and not have to write out miraculous weapon / magical weapon for every single thing? Yes. We're going to work on our relic, which is then going to inform our runes. This is going to be something we probably have to work on later as well. After we get that done, we have successfully done this. We're going to move on to what I'm going to casually refer to as the adventure phase. Actually, we can probably call it the drama phase. Actually, no, we can do the phase system, which we would do drama phase. Actually, no, we can do story phase, drama phase, adventure phase. Not a very good name for it, but bear with me. Adventure phase, combat phase. Basic premise. Story phase is the introduction and the extroduction. That's not the right term, but I'm going to use it. It's the start and the beginning of the session to just introduce what the fuck is going on. What is actually occurring in the session? Something is going on. You've entered into it. What is going on? How do you plan on dealing with it? Go get them. This is the GM narrating what the hell's going on. Drama phase. This is time for you and your friends to chat, to talk it out, and build relationships. Core idea of the drama phase is to build your bonds with one another. Want to build bonds to do things. Are you building bonds with your enemies? Probably, because you kind of want to kill them too, but they're not you don't hate them that much. It's kind of the idea that we're going to play basketball with our people, because you got to remember this. Fortissimo Cottons. Let me see if I can find the basketball situation, because they play basketball at one instance. Yep, right here, everyone. Have no fear. You want to play basketball? Where they infiltrate a high school and play basketball with their enemies? Hell yeah. Hey, you want to have a moment when you play dress up with the lolly? I mean, don't say that. Oopsie doopsie. Don't worry, she's actually like 13. How old is she? How old are you actually, Alicia? They don't have her name, does she? I mean, this is her dad. As we can tell, her dad's stats are a little bit broken. He's a little bit broken in that regard. And if you notice as well, her stats spell out dead. Ooh. Metal. Yeah, she's the effectively we've brought in the fifth. I don't even know how old she is. I don't really know, but let's play dress up with the lolly. Have no fear, we're playing dress up with the lolly. It's not weird, it's called plot building. Remember that, everyone. It's plot building. Yeah, it's everyone's talking about, horrible things going on. So, basic idea here. Don't need to worry about it, because Freya's a silly character. Freya's a silly Billy who does silly Billy things because she's fucking retarded. So, adventure phase. Adventure phase can probably get broken up into a handful of different little systems, which is going to be just the most basic premise of there is an enemy. There is a problem. We need to investigate the enemy. We need to find things out about the enemy. We need to learn about them. And we need to do something, building up to the combat. This is the play the fucking game section of the rules. Like, it's very difficult for me to put in the rules to say, play the fucking game. That's the amusing thing. Is it's always hard to put in those rules to be the play the fucking game rules of like what do you want me to say? How to roll the dice again? Let's like there you go. I've taught you everything you need to do. That's the adventure phase. Then we're going to do into the combat phase. Combat phase is going to be a little bit complicated, but that's going to be its own dramatical nightmare. After that, we're going to probably have to do we're going to have to do the advancement system. Advancement is going to be a little bit different because we're going to have magician advancement, and we're going to have miracle user. We're going to have miracle advancement, and we're also going to have natural verse dramatic advancement. Natural advancement is quite literally you get XP and things like that. Dramatic advancement is a noted thing in the series, which is you get more powerful because things are occurring. You have built a relationship with your magic weapon by having graphic sex with her. Because you have a graphic sex with this woman, you have now gained a superpower. You are getting your graphic sex powers because you had sex with your sister. That's the idea. Like, you are getting something by an event occurring. That is a dramatic increase in power, even if it is a little bit more set in stone. Oh. Even if it is a little bit more set in stone. Getting a dramatic one is saying, hey, I'm going to take the rune. It's like you have to take one of these specific runes. And oh, ow, 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 ow. It's while natural is a little bit more, you can develop however you want. Dramatic is you must take these runes, you must take these abilities. You are getting something very like narratively narrative bullshit. That's what's occurring. Then we're going to probably after that we're going to be doing enemies of the we're going to do the enemies and foes, which will probably most likely there will be the dedicated goon sesh section. The goon sesh section is going to be, these are just fodder enemies you're supposed to defeat pretty easily. With the Dämmerung, I've put them in because one of the bigger issues is creating enemies is most of the enemies should use the exact same rules of making a character. They're just going to be tougher or have a more exotic power. Because at the end of the day, that's the conceit with this game. Because if we were to look at fucking give me Cottons, give me email character. Fortissimo. Fucking where Reiji. Reiji! I need help. We go to look at Reiji here. At the end of the day, at the perfect end of the day, the actual like enemies of the original Fortissimo are just these characters. You're going to fight Ayane. You're going to fight Momiji. Nagisa's in there. Ryuchi, Agane, Hinako, Ichigo's, and Ichigo. You fight Ichigo. Jin, Keisuke, Kengo, and Umi. Technically Sayuki. Like, these are all of the characters. These are all of the enemies. Because it is fundamentally a game about enemies approaching one. This is always the difficult thing with games like this. It's an extremely difficult concept to wrap your head around, because normally what happens, the usual structure is of a tabletop role-playing game. Of most games, anyway. Of most games with a combat focus, is that you have you. You're a cool dude. Everybody likes you, because you're a cool dude with a sword and a little shield. And you kill 8 billion dead goblins. You've murdered billions of goblins. Billions must die. You've killed trillions of goblins. The problem is, you're expected to get into a combat roughly every session to fight goblins. The goblins may change, the cave may change, but you're going to keep killing goblins. That's kind of the idea. The problem with more like games like Fate, for example, any like kind of Fate game. I'm using Fate because people know Fate, they don't know Fortissimo as well. The thing with Fate is that there are strictly a set number of characters. This is the rules of the game. There's a set number of characters and actual enemies you will be encountering. If you knock out an enemy every session, if your group knocks out an enemy every session, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 sessions. Some people like that, some people don't. Somebody, if you want to do kind of something a little bit longer. So it's usually like you have to make like fights with things last like multiple sessions, or you have to make it a bigger deal about like allying with different enemies or different allies or things like that. While fighting one guy might be 4 episodes, and fighting another guy might be 3 episodes. But fighting this dude is fucking the entire series, as you're constantly fighting him or whatever. That's kind of the situation. It's like you have to make every single enemy go a lot further than normal. That's going to be something we have to address in this section when you're creating enemies, is what kind of game are you actually fucking running? Which I should put at the very end. Ultimate goal of this situation, the ultimate goal with that, we make a handful of the canon characters, and those are going to be like, here's some example, not only example characters of what a high level character is going to look like is. You know, it's just like, because at the end of the day, I think most of the characters here are unironically high, like late, medium to high level characters. Every single one of them. And for multiple reasons, because they're just fucking cracked. Like, everyone max like, oh, Hiragane is just a big dumb idiot because he's big and dumb. Hee hee hoo hoo, he's a big dumb fuck. Because he's a big dumb fuck. The thing is, he's still insanely strong. And because he can, you know, graviton press you, he can kill you pretty easily. Yeah, even like... Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's just like... Okay, like, it's Momiji hours. Like, Momiji by herself is an insanely cracked character who is tough as fuck. And is nearly impossible for a starting character to beat, because Momiji's power is bullshit. Momiji has the power of plot convenience and bullshit on her side. So, this is going to be our rough outline for how we actually want to make characters. This is how we are going to be doing the game. Now, why I'm being a little bit apprehensive about doing runes right away is because there's going to be a lot of little nitpicky bullshit. Probably on Friday, because I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it a little bit late, because it started a little bit late, and I need to write a script about a funny game. About a funny game. That is not good in the light. Well, it's not bad, not good. But we're going to be doing character creation. I want to get the idea of character creation done on Friday. Once all of that is done, I am literally going to sit over the weekend, and I'm just going to hammer out how I want relics and runes to function. Once I feel confident enough that relics and runes are in a decent place, I'm going to write them all out next Monday. We're going to do that, and then we're just going to blitz through the phase system, blitz through advancement. Really, after we get done with how powers work, the rest of the game should click into place. Combat's going to be a little janky, but hey, we can improvise, kings, right? Right? All right. I'm going to call it here for today, though. thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck. A little short today, but don't worry. We'll have a longer stream on Friday. Mostly because I won't be very tired and hungry, because I want to eat food right now. This food is good and keeps me alive. Okay. Godspeed. Good luck. I am away.